Welcome to Nonprofit Network, powered by Stokes Auction Group. We are a group of fundraising professionals that specialize in raising funds to improve communities of all sizes. Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Nonprofit Network, powered by Stokes Auction Group. I'm Shelby Stokes.
Kelly Schenfeld.
Hey gang, Paulie Schenfeld here. Thank you so much for being a part of our afternoon.
That is exactly right. It is the end of February. We're going into March, and fundraising season is her.
We got gigs up the gigs this weekend, you guys, and every weekend after that for a while.
Yeah, which is really great.
It's
It
great.
is great.
It's great. I mean, I think we're all a good tired right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, this is exactly where we should be, and we're doing exactly what we were meant to do. And it's real refreshing. It's real refreshing.
I mean, here we are. I mean, it's hard to believe, right?
I know.
It just seems
March
like
is on
yesterday was
Wednesday.
2023.
March. Hello.
I
We
love
missed
March.
you.
March is here.
Talk about March Madness.
Oh, that's coming up.
March
Yeah.
Madness is upon us too.
We should do brackets this year for
We
charity.
should
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, for charity.
Speaking of madness, let's talk about putting butts in the seats at an auction.
Let's do it.
At a gala.
Let's do it. You want to talk about shows this weekend, or you just want to launch right into it?
I know, let's talk about shows this weekend, but first, do we say gala or gala today?
I like
Gala.
I like gala. I'm a gala guy.
I'm a gala person.
I'm a gala person.
We're all galas.
You're not
Okay,
a
we're very
gala?
galas.
Yes,
not
the
gala.
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 Yeah.
I will use gala when I'm in. What's the word I'm looking for?
In the right environment.
In
Like the UK.
yeah, when I'm not intimidating people. When
I'm
I'm
doing an auction in British Isle.
So behave.
Gala.
intimidating people. When I'm yes. Anyway, no galas here. Only galas for us. Come dress fancy.
Oh,
make it
Lord.
fancy.
What a completely worthless first 30 seconds, but we appreciate you joining us.
Hey, you know what? We're here for you.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I had a pretty good gig this weekend.
Oh, cool. That was
It was a
fun.
lot of fun. Big ballroom, a lot of people, good sponsorships coming in, right people in the seats. The person that's running the event that I worked with this last weekend is like absolutely top of her game. I really appreciate that she went out and got all of the items in the live auction completely underwritten. They were all complete donations. A lot of them were paid packages.
Oh.
It's awesome.
But
That
they were
is.
ready to go. Like every item started in the black, and that is amazing. If we could do that for everyone, that would be real, real nice. Beyond that, we had a room of probably 700 people, and about a sixth of them probably gave during the donation portion of the night.
Okay.
But people were there to party. Like, it was a party room. Like, the dance floor was a poppin' this weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fun.
It was good. It was good. I did not dance. I did not want to suffer an injury, therefore I did not dance this weekend. Pour one out.
There will be no rolling of the ankles
No rolling of the ankles.
after we're
No,
done working.
no racing of the auctioneers.
Speaking of which, you had a little foot race with your auctioneer.
We did. We had a great night. It was super fun, but along with you, it was a party atmosphere, which I think that it's okay to understand that those are going to happen this year in quite a few events. And so, last year we kind of came back out of the virtuals and we were really hot on the everybody's giving massive money. And now here we are where people are kind of partying a little bit and almost getting their feet under them again. They know it's back. They know things are normal, but we're going to party. And then I think next year, those same organizations that had kind of maybe more party than,
Fundraising?
yeah,
And money.
than money. There's no other way to put it. I think those people,
party and
yeah,
give
right.
money.
I think those organizations will benefit next year because I know that there's going to be some conversations moving forward about let's get the right people there.
Yeah.
I do believe that, these events need to be fun and lively.
Yes.
And people need to enjoy themselves. I've always said this from the beginning of our podcast. I believe that people who are smiling and having fun are going to spend more money. Mm-hmm. And that, we can see it in
Yeah.
what we do every time, whether you're up on the stage
Yep.
as an MC or no, the technical term would be mistress of ceremonies, not master. It'd be mistress, like you did this weekend.
Yeah, you
Well,
rock star,
but
you.
yeah.
Well,
Not only were you foot racing, but you were mastering ceremonies.
I was maneuvering my way around the microphone.
And we could just see it when people are smiling, having fun, and enjoy themselves. As long as you can keep them engaged with your program,
Yeah.
right? The program and your mission has to still remain compelling for people to remain attentive to what you're doing. And then once the fundraising done, boom, then you kick off the shoes and you guys do your deal for 2 hours till midnight, whatever.
You know, I actually.
But get the money raised first and then let them party.
Yeah. I started my emceeing this weekend with a joke.
Oh boy.
Yes, it was quite funny.
Was it funny?
I had to look at the audience and go, get it? Get it?
Oh, that clearly
Get it?
went off well.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. I didn't care, right? I was like,
Way
oh,
to
they like it, they
set
don't like
the
it, it's fine.
stage.
Yeah.
And speaking of setting the stage for a fundraising event, let's hop into our topic for the day, which is developing audiences. Now, we've touched on this, kind of danced around it in the past, but today we're going to focus on it, really get into some meat and potatoes. Because essentially what we're seeing is some great fundraising galas or galas, but some people are there to party rather than give. So you really have to be thoughtful in whom you bring to your event.
And how do you get them there? And is there, I believe personally, and I think we collectively believe this, that this is one of those things that could happen during that brainstorm session that we talked about. So at the very, very beginning when you're brainstorming about who knows who, venues, where you're going to do it, all of that, right? One of the things that needs to be brainstormed is a committee to choose the table captains, or all of you collectively at that meeting could choose your table captains. Let's say you're going to have 30 tables, you need 30 table captains. Those need to be the people that understand that their job is to get 10 buying butts in the seats, not just 10 people, not just 10 guests.
Yeah, and I think it's important to set the stage on who you want coming to your event, right? So right on the onset, when you're trying to figure out who's going to be sitting at these tables, you got to say, hey, we're looking for people that support the school or have a disposable income or are tied in some way to the cause, right? So whenever you're setting up that
Or have
profile,
$10,000.
Yeah, hello, my name is Jennifer. Do you have $10,000?
You do.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'd like to invite you to a party.
Yes, exactly. Come on down. But once you establish that, you like to use table captains. We were talking previously today about a board of directors going out and filling tables. I think whatever term you use, essentially what you're looking to do is inspire leadership to go out and put individuals in the seats that can actually contribute to raising money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There has to be a stated expectation of giving, right? I'd like to invite you, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, to our ABC school, and this may be a difficult conversation. We've had it before here. What can we expect from you? Can we expect $1,000? Can we expect a support of the fund in need? Can you donate an item? I mean, you have to. I mean, that is the whole idea of the fundraiser, is expressing your expectations of people to give. Now, many times businesses will buy a table and they'll send their employees, and there is no incentive for those people to give, right? Their table was purchased by their boss, and they're just going to sit there and they're going to get a meal and probably not bid. And I mean, right? I mean, that environment exists as well.
What if, though, you were to create a competition with these table captains or board directors or whatever? I think it's more difficult for somebody that that doesn't know. Like, if I didn't know you and I was to ask you to come to my event and what can I expect for you to spend? It's going to be a lot harder for me to have that conversation than it is if I'm going to invite you and I'm going to say, hey, Shelbs, come on, man, and I need you got $5,000. This is really important to me. Can you spend $5,000 tonight? And you say, oh, it's really tight. I say, okay, give me $2,500. Yes, come, great. So then you create within these tables, 30 tables, a competition that's happening that nobody but the table captains is aware of. And the table captains can make their people privy to that. They can say, dude, I'm in a competition, and what they're going to do is give away a VIP table that you're going to be sitting at next year with me. Maybe that's what we do at the VIP table. They give away a VIP table for the following year.
So whatever table captain's table raises the most, or donates the most money?
Donates the most. Those
Good
people.
incentive program.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I was going to go as incentive, right? Like what you're basically talking about is ways to incentivize people to get individuals in those seats. And there's like two scenarios I can play out. One is like, hey, if you raise X amount of dollars, you can come in first place, prize. I think another tack to take is like, hey, for each table, we want an average raise of X amount of dollars. Go out and get people to come to this event that can help you achieve that goal, right? So if each table is raising $5,000, what's each couple going to give? You know what I'm saying?
So you tell your table captains that we need each table to raise $5,000.
Yes.
It's another great idea.
Right?
Probably not as good as mine, but it's good.
Well, I mean, you said it, so I figured you're just going to make it your idea and move forward.
That's true.
So basically what we're talking about is, consider incentive programs.
Yeah, instead
What
of
are-
your table captains or whatever.
Yeah, be it VIP donors will get, a special after event party, all the fixings. Maybe you get a meet and greet with a keynote speaker. So expanding on incentive programs to get people to not only come to your event, but support it financially. I mean, just filling that seat is one thing, but if they're there and not raising their card, then they're really just taking up a seat of somebody else who potentially could be a donor.
Well, and I think that is why this is such an important conversation for a lot of fundraising events. Like, audience development is really the way that you can expand an event to take it to the next level, right? Because you'll see a lot of these first-time events kind of come in and, we raised this much money, and a lot of it came from this spot, this spot, this spot. And then you start taking a look at those that maybe didn't support as much as they could have, and now they start to fall off. Then you fill with other individuals that can support in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, a lot of schools already have that audience development kind of just built in. Like what we were talking about this morning, where, like, especially the Catholic schools, they have to be there. Mm-hmm. They are required donation hours. They're required to come to the event. Yeah. They're required to at least donate something in the silent or the live or both. Mm-hmm. So, but as those children cycle through and they get to 8th grade and then they move on, more have to come and fill in those spots. And that just happens naturally, especially in these well-established, more Catholic gigs that I'm familiar with, that is the system that they have in place. Very effective. Mm-hmm. I mean, you talk about expectation to give. It's written down. Yeah. You agree to X amount of volunteer hours, you agree to this, you agree to an item, and I mean, that is a very effective way.
Agreed. Yeah, and the schools have those built-in audiences, which is nice. I think the biggest challenge in audience development normally comes with more of a, how do you say it? I don't want to use the word corporate, but a corporate type fundraiser, right? A national brand that is basically tapping into businesses rather than families like you would see at a school. Like those business tables that normally come in through sponsorships or advertising partnerships, whatever the case may be, those are really the tough tables to get to participate in your mission, only because, as Paul mentioned earlier, I'm coming because my boss told me to, right? I'm not coming because my kid is at the school. If your kid goes to the school, you have an ingrained incentive to give. If you're coming because somebody told you to, that's a manager, you're less likely to make that donation. So that's really where the audience development is the most challenging, in my opinion, is with those corporate type customers or
agree
partners.
With you. Yeah.
There's a lot of potential there.
Are you feeling okay?
There's a lot of potential.
I agree with everything you just said, and I agree. Because corporates.
I know. Are you feeling okay? That's my point.
It's fine. Apparently, my new gadget's calling. Anyway, yes. So I agree. This new Apple Watch, by the way, I'm learning
it. I was going to ask you about
Oh
that.
yeah, I'm.
Oh, you're fancy.
Apple Watch and yoga pants.
Yeah.
If
What's going on? What?
I know, right?
Apple Watch
Who
and
are
yoga
you?
pants? Where's your chiffon?
If you,
I do not have a
Where's
chiffon.
your chiffon?
So,
If you're out in the community.
Yes.
And you're trying to procure items, we've been talking a lot about procurement here as of late. We're
Mm-hmm.
still putting together some series for you to enjoy. But that might be an opportunity for you to, hey, local business, can you help me promote this event? Can I put this flyer up here? Can you tell your customers? Because, word of mouth is the most effective way of advertising.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
what are they advertising though? If they go to a local business, they're putting a flyer up that says, come to our event, or they're putting a flyer up that says, donate to this link. So there, again, people are going to have to be pretty specific on what they're having posted at a business.
Right.
You either
Sure.
put a donation link, or if you want to donate, a basket.
And I see them in my neck of the woods. I live in Puyallup, and I'll see them at a few of the restaurants out there. Like, there'll be stuff posted that says, be a sponsor table for, or annual fundraising gala, if you'd like to give, please. And I think it's a cool idea. The thing that you have to remember when you're advertising in a business is your clientele, right? So say you're like a law firm that works with a business, like that's going to be a much different ask than the guy that owns the pizza parlor down the street, right?
Yeah.
His patrons are going to be giving in a different capacity. And not that it's out of the realm of possibility, but people that are buying pizza probably aren't walking in ready to give $10,000 to a gig.
Yeah.
Whereas the lawyer's clientele could. So,
But you're kind of not looking for that in audience development. When you're talking about audience development, you're looking more for the people that aren't going to be those major donor asks.
Yeah.
Those people get a whole different level of asking done to them. And that's a whole different group within your organization that's going to ask those major gifts, donors. So we're talking about the people that are going to come there and bid on the trips and the this and the buy raffle tickets and bid on the silent and things like that. So
Just spread the word.
spread the word.
People
Spread
that
the
have
word,
been
nerd.
people that have been a part of your event for years.
Yeah.
Try to rub their elbow or try to push them and say, hey.
I wouldn't
you know
rub
any-
their elbow. I would.
Yeah.
I would.
I would lead
Probably
with an
wasn't
elbow
the right
rub,
term.
especially if they
Lead.
haven't met
Hey,
them.
you've been a great supporter.
you've been a
gonna
really
rub
great
your elbow
supporter.
like-
Go straight for the weenus. That's what they call this little
Yes, they
skin
do.
deposit on your elbow.
Wow.
If it's not a chiffon, it shouldn't be on. Okay, brought to you by Chiffon.
I do have chiffon
Thanks
on.
for y'all. Thanks for being with us. Shout out to Joni Nash. I get to hang out with one of your
Shout out
besties
to
this weekend.
Joan. Love
Joni.
her.
Joni.
Oh my gosh,
Hey,
Joni.
sister.
You're amazing. But hey, if you're watching, thank you so much for being with us, either digitally, online, or visually on YouTube. We appreciate all you do. If you're listening to us on a podcatcher, give us a review. We'd be appreciative of 5 stars. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. If you got
Yeah.
any questions,
And
or
we're posting on
emails,
Facebook. We've been doing that for a long time.
But-
We've been doing that. We're
Like,
going to do the Instagram, all of the social stuff. So check us out.
We'd also like you to be a subscriber to our YouTube page.
We would really like you to
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah,
We have a
shameless
list of
plug.
wants.
That'd be
Shameless
cool.
plug.
That'd be cool. We're putting things on YouTube.
So we want you to do these things. Write it down. Get a pencil. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe.
And if you actually grabbed a pencil, you're showing your age.
Hire us.
Hire us! Yes! Hire Stokes Auction
Out
Group.
of here! Get out of here. Guys, thanks
That
for
was a
watching.
nice
Thanks for being a part of
segue.
our community. We appreciate you. See you later.
All right, you guys, take care. Be good to yourself and the people around you.
Go out there. Do some good stuff, huh?
Yeah, and go do some good. We'd appreciate it.
We'd appreciate it.
We'd appreciate it.